This is Gary Enzer, and this is Section 4 through 6 of my lesson plan for 9th grade English. Section 4, Activities. What activities have you planned? The activities I have planned for this lesson are T-charts and Venn diagrams. Students will begin the lesson in small groups and will be instructed to fill out a T-chart with Ralph's name at the top of one side and Jack's name at the top of the other. Students will fill in each side with the appropriate characteristics for each character in order to define their virtues and their vices. Then we will use these charts in a whole group discussion and insert student responses from the chart into a Venn diagram during the whole group discussion. Why have you chosen these activities? I've chosen these activities in order to help actively engage students in the compare and contrast discussion. I seek to serve merely as a facilitator in student discussion. The goal of these activities is to get my students to the point where they only need me to write down the words in the Venn diagram while they are having the debates amongst themselves. Section 5, for materials and resources. What instructional materials will you use, if any? The materials I will use are the text/novel and the T-chart handout. Students will also need paper and pencil to complete this lesson. Why have you chosen these materials? I've chosen these materials because they are required to complete the assigned activities. I feel it is important for students to have hard copies of each handout in order for them to place them into an academic journal. This will help provide accurate record keeping on both the student's part and mine. Their academic journal will also double as their student portfolio. And Section 6, Evaluation. How and when do you plan to evaluate student learning on the content of this lesson? The evaluation methods for this lesson will be based on class participation, questioning, and observation. I will also take up the group work to check for understanding, and that will be at the end of class. Why have you chosen this approach for evaluation? I've chosen this approach for evaluation because as we move throughout the classroom discussion, I will be able to evaluate whether each student has mastered the skills of the standard being taught. Their participation in both the group activity and the class discussion will be very telling of whether or not they have grasped the subject area. I will also take up the T-chart group work to check for understanding of the text in order to know if there are areas in the novel that we need to revisit.